Good morning, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started here. I am Cindy Giles, publisher of Palm Beach, Florida Weekly. I want to thank you all for joining us this morning. I am happy to have my colleague and business partner, Stephen Kern, with us, who is our relationship manager with our technology team based in Denver, Colorado at Adcelerant. Today, I am very excited to share with you some targeted digital marketing solutions we've prepared for you to share. I am, without any further ado, going to turn this over to Stephen. And welcome, Stephen, and welcome to everyone else.
Thank you, Cindy, and hello, everyone. Thank you for coming and spending this time with us to look at digital marketing solutions that are targeted, trackable, and are going to help you drive business. So as we look at today and the agenda, we're first going to talk about connecting with your customers. How are people engaging in media? How are they finding the information they want? And how can you leverage that information to increase your branding and response from potential customers? We're going to talk about timelines for media planning. You guys are very specific with kind of seasonality, with people coming in and spending summers versus winters and some other things. So it's important to understand the timelines for your company and when it is best to plan your media. We're going to look at peak seasons and holidays, and also some really cool emerging technology where, again, this technology is going to be aimed at helping you get better data and better targeting to drive results. So for anybody who's been in this business for 10 plus years and you've been working in the marketing space, I think you could all attest that things have changed drastically. As we look at this slide, on the left, this is traditional radio as much as 10 years ago, where there were still really only a few main mediums people used. That would include your newspaper, your TV, radio, or even the yellow pages. But as we look at today, this is probably a little closer to what my living room looks like. We're watching TV at night. Not only are we watching TV, but we're on our phones or iPads. We're working on our computers still. But people are constantly consuming media all day, every day, without any type of, real regard or targeting as far as what they're doing. They're just kind of letting everything take them as they go. So this is an interesting stat, and what it tells us is that more than half of our daily media consumption is digital. Total time spent per day is about 12 hours. So 6.5 hours of that time is spent digitally. And that can mean anything from streaming radio while you're at work and answering emails, watching connected TV, or reading articles online where your potential ads can be in reaching potential customers. So I want to start off with an example to help you guys understand kind of how somebody's journey might look. I know this is not a boat of any kind, but this is still a high-priced item that is going to involve some research. So we have a coworker, and his name is Adam. And Adam is an avid biker, and he was watching the Tour de France and happened to see his favorite cyclist on a bike he had never seen or heard of before, and this was a Canyon bike. Most people I talk to have not heard of Canyon as a brand, but I'm assuming you guys could guess what he does next after he goes ahead and sees his favorite bicyclist on a Canyon bike. He Googled it, and that's what most people do. Google is no longer a noun or the name of a company. It is an action that we all take to get instant media or instant answers and results. So he started his process by Googling Canyon and going to the Canyon website. But immediately he was like, oh man, that is expensive. My wife would kill me. So he gets off of the website. A couple days later, he's reading an article, and what does he see? He sees the Canyon bike again. So he doesn't actually click on it, but again, he's thought about the bike. He's now starting in his head to rationalize how we can have that conversation with his wife, how he can rationalize spending that type of money on a bike. And when I say he is an avid biker, we are in Denver, Colorado. He will ride to work in 6 inches of snow, and he does it on a Schwinn bike that weighs as much as my 5-pound daughter, or my 5-year-old daughter. So again, he's on Facebook and he sees another Canyon ad. Now he's thinking to himself, okay, if I cut out coffee, I already ride 200 plus days to work, I'm saving this much in gas, and he's really close. Well, the final piece that pushed our friend Adam over was an email that he got from the company. The email actually had a 25% offer, and he is now the proud owner of a Canyon bike. So let's look at this a little bit more. In this situation, traditional media is what drove him there. So again, this could be your newspaper ad or a TV ad like it was in this case. And he was not aware of it, but now he had awareness. And as he was made aware of this product, he started to move down the purchasing funnel and become more and more likely to make that purchase. And Canyon did a great job of staying in front of him and making sure that he was hit multiple times in multiple ways that ultimately led to him spending the money and buying this expensive bike. So with so many marketing channels and platforms, it is important to make sure that you are using the right mix to reach the right customers at the right time. And that is definitely where digital gives you an advantage, because there is so much you can control. The targeting is so accurate and it is very timely. These are real-time auctions that are happening in the fraction of a second that decide whether you can put your messaging in front of a potential client. So let's talk a little bit more about the funnel and how we are reaching people. A recent study showed that about 1/3 of small businesses only invest in social media. So let me ask you this. If Adam had only seen this ad for a Canyon bike on Facebook, would he have bought that bike? Probably not. It's pretty hard for me to imagine that his favorite biker would be taken a picture of and put on Facebook in the perfect place for him to see it, because he had never engaged with Canyon before. And what we know is that 88%, or 9 out of 10 consumers, do research online before they buy. This can mean obviously any sort of boat sale. Where should I dock my boat? Where do I get repairs? What types of covers can I use? Storage, anything like that. So there's so much that people are going to leverage online as it pertains specifically to the boating industry. The real advantage of digital is making sure that you match the right products to the actual goals you have for your business. So working with Florida Weekly, the goal would be to identify what it is you actually need your marketing to accomplish. Is that people setting up a time to come in and demo something? Is it an appointment or a contact us form? Do you sell products online? Maybe product views is one of the goals you have, because we know that if you are selling product online, the more people you can get to view your products, the more sales you are going to have. But these are the type of goals or the meaningful actions that we want to track, because this is how we are going to know how successful your campaign is going to be. So working to have a strategy and know what the goal of the campaign is only going to help us be more effective as we tie these goals to the actual marketing plan and make sure that you are getting the best results and the best bang for your buck. So we talked a little bit about the goals and matching the goals, but another mistake we see people make all the time is the timing of which they are marketing. Most businesses come with some sort of seasonality. Holidays play an effect in this, but it is important to make sure that you are advertising ahead of that busy season. So this chart shows a few different examples of busy seasons as it pertains to different verticals. But if you are in travel and tourism, maybe you own a company that rents boats out to people visiting Palm Beach. Well, if that's the case, when are your busy seasons? And you shouldn't start advertising at the start of your busy season. You should start 3 to 6 months before your busy season with specific messaging targeting those people we know are going to be coming in, who are researching vacations to your area, or their online behaviors tell us that they are looking for vacations. So knowing not only what the goal of it is, but making sure that the timing is correct is huge. So often we see people promoting events or their busy season and starting a week or so before the campaign, which their competitors are not doing. Their competitors are starting earlier, and you may be losing business due just to the timing of your campaign. So we talked about the goal. We talked about when you need to start, but maybe the most important piece is what tactic or platform is best. Again, as we look at the goals of your marketing campaign, each of these different products are actually going to deliver different types of results or have different capabilities. For example, most contact us or any sort of form fill on a website tends to come either from direct traffic, so people going directly to your website, organic search, or paid search. So knowing that, it would be important if that is the goal of your campaign to make sure that you are including those products. OTT, for example, is one that if you are a TV advertiser, you can now use your television spots online and be able to drive additional awareness and traffic, but you are not going to see a ton of form fills from this. This is higher in the funnel and really helps drive the awareness and move people towards that time they're ready to make a purchase, but it doesn't lead to a ton of form fills. So keeping that type of thing in mind, or making sure again that the products we have match the goals of the campaign, is something that your Florida Weekly rep will definitely work with you on to ensure the success of your campaign. So what I love most about digital media too, and working with Florida Weekly, is digital media is really important across the whole customer's path to purchase. It not only drives ROI itself with tracking, but it makes your other media work harder. So the reason I say that is because when somebody sees your print ad, more likely than not, they're going to then go to your website or do a search for your company, which they probably or may not have ever done had they not seen your print ad at the beginning. So digital media is a complement to your traditional media buys and actually helps improve and raise all boats. I use that one a lot actually, so that was not planned just because of this, but it does lift all boats as it pertains to your marketing. So now I want to take this time to ensure that we are going to be able to look at a few specific technologies or products that you can leverage and kind of give you more information on where they fall and what you can expect when utilizing these different products. So first and foremost, let's talk about search. Again, as we look at path to purchase, what we know is that most people's buying journey both starts and ends with a search. The way people search is what changes. And this is important because, again, as we look at how business has changed over the past 10 years, people used to get this information from the yellow pages. Now, the yellow pages, they are still around. I personally found one on my porch not that long ago, but it was more like petrified wood in a bag. I just didn't know it was there, and I use my phone to get what I need in a pinch. So what was the yellow pages has now really turned into search. And again, as we talk about this, 90% of people are making purchases based on what they see online and local mobile searches. So I want to make sure that you guys understand the actual search results page. And when I say search results page, when you go to Google and you type something in, you see this example of a result. And every search result is broken up into 3 main portions. So at the top of the search results page, you are going to have the paid search. You will also hear people refer to this as PPC or SEM, but this is where you can actually target people based on what they are typing in pay on a cost per click basis. So you can control your budgets and make sure you are reaching people as they are hot to trot and actually giving you exactly what they're looking for in the fraction of a second. So any search or terms relevant to your business, you can now join an auction to show in real time as people are doing these types of searches. The second part of a search results page is your local search. This is the section that would include the map of local businesses and then what we call the 3-pack, or the 3 businesses that Google has deemed most relevant to show directly under the map. And if you click on the map, these 3 businesses will continue to be at the top of the results page, but you'll see about 20 businesses per page if you click on the map. More and more people are starting to use local search, especially as you look at the instant gratification model we kind of talked about. I need something now. Where can I get my boat serviced? It's not starting. I lost a seat cover. Anything like that, but when you need it, you can find it. And more people are relying on that local search or somewhere they can go to actually take advantage of that service. And then lastly, on a search results page is the organic search. Organic search is based not on your Google My Business or your offsite SEO like local search is. And when I say offsite SEO, I mean how many websites outside of your own is your business listed on? Are you using your Google My Business and other factors that help you show there? Where organic search is based purely on the health of your website as it pertains to Google, matching a page or pages on your website to a specific search somebody is doing. Organic search is the best thing you can do for your business long term. It is not instant, but it will ensure the health of your business moving forward and can complement or should be tied to what you do in a paid search model. For example, if you show first for an organic search, it does not mean that you shouldn't show for a paid search as well, but it means you should not pay as much for those keywords as you would if you didn't show up organically. So this is a way to ensure that where you rank well organically, you save money on the paid search side, or where you do not rank well, you are guaranteed to show on that first page of Google. And again, with search being such an important part of somebody's process in making purchases or deciding where they are going to spend their hard-earned money, the more places you can show on a Google search result page, the better. So I want to touch a little bit more on the local SEO section again. So this is that map section and the local 3-pack as far as what we call that. And these are the businesses that Google has deemed most relevant to your search. And this can be for anything, but it is geared towards mobile phones. These are customers looking for a business. It is low funnel because they are usually looking for something very specific. So when you show here, they now have the ability to call you, get directions to your store, or any of the other things that most of our business partners are looking for. And since 2017, there has been a 900% increase in near me or location-based searches. So again, if you are a business that relies on the tourism aspect or the people who come down for the winters, It is now something where these near me searches are going to really benefit you the most, and you are going to be able to take advantage of that traffic. That's not to say that year round this is not important, because it is, especially when you look at the fact that by 2021, it is estimated that $1.4 trillion will be spent on businesses that show in these local 3-pack results. So very, very important, again, as we look at how you can affect your business and make sure you are capturing potential customers. So I wanted to also talk to you about some free tools that you have access to from Google. So first and foremost, working with Cindy and the Florida Weekly team, you have access to free SEO audits on your website. What this is going to do is tell you how you rank locally in that local search section, and how you also rank organically and why. It will point out maybe any potential issues or errors you have on your website, and by fixing these and increasing the health of your website, you will show better on a search results page as it pertains to your local and SEO, or organic search. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of or used Think with Google, but this is a website that you can use with tons of great information. First and foremost, you can use it to test your site speed. This is important because as more and more people are using a mobile phone to reach people's websites, if your page is slow to load, there is a good chance you are losing business. So this will actually tell you how fast your website is, and if not, what you can do to improve that. But my favorite part is the Google Trends and Shopping Insights. You can go in and by vertical look at seasonality, what types of things are people searching for, when the high months are or the low months, and all kinds of different types of information relevant to the type of business that you have. So this is a very, very cool tool, and something I suggest you spend some time on. Lastly, the main thing I want to touch on is the Google Preview tool. So if you are doing paid search, I want you to Google the Google Preview tool. And I know that sounds funny, but if you are going to Google and you are searching for your own ads, you are doing one of two things. You are either hurting your campaign, because the more you search for your own ads and you do not click on them, you are actually hurting your quality score, which is going to impact not only what you pay when other people or actual customers click on the ad, but it will stop showing you your own ad. Because Google, if it shows an ad to somebody based on their searches and nobody continues to click on it, they will stop showing you that ad. So if you've ever searched for your own business and you have stopped seeing it, it is probably because you do not click on it. And if you do click on it, you are actually charging yourself anywhere from $1 to $10 for that click. So by using the preview tool, it will actually show you how you would show in a Google search result without hurting your campaign. And we are happy to also discuss the search results we see from the SEO audit, but also any sort of paid search questions that you may have. So some key takeaways. Again, make sure that all of the pieces of your search are working together. Make sure that you are working on an organic strategy to help make sure that your long-term health of your business and website is in good hands. That is the on-site portion. Make sure the on-site portion of your SEO matches the off-site, so that you are building content and links to relevant sites outside of your own. That is the local. And then make sure that you are complementing both of those with page search. So if you aren't showing, this will allow you to make sure you do show, or if you do show, it allows you to pay less, and in a perfect world, show for all 3 sections of a search result page. SEO is huge to foot traffic. Again, long-term health, but this is low funnel solutions that drives in-store traffic, phone calls, and great website traffic. and think mobile first. If you're not prepared for people to be finding your business on a mobile phone, you are behind the 8 ball and hurting your business. Next, we're going to talk about display advertising. And display advertising are those ads that you see when you are navigating online, reading articles, scrolling through your Facebook feed, anything like that. And what we mean when we talk about display advertising is actually called programmatic advertising. So when we say we can reach your exact target market when they need the ad, when they're online and doing these different actions, we really do mean that. So if you are a boat sales store and you are trying to reach people that you know are looking for boats, we can actually target people based on multiple different online behaviors, search habits, or even just income and where they live, net worth. Any of these different things are different targeting methods you can use to ensure that your message is going to the right person, giving your business the best chance for success. And we prioritize not only getting your message to the right people, but doing it in the right places. So we work with Quantcast, and Quantcast works on the best websites in the world. So not only do we reach these 5,000 sites, but you can reach people on 98% of the web. That is huge because we are no longer having to target one site like we used to. You used to only target a publisher website or very specific sites, and you work directly with each of those sites. Now you target an audience. In this case, people we know are shopping for boats or in need of this specific service, and we are able to follow them regardless of the website they go to. This is important because you don't have to work with multiple vendors. You do not have to work on direct deals with individual websites. You can follow the person you know is most likely to use your services regardless of where they go. So let's talk about some of those targeting capabilities a little bit more in depth. Some of these are pretty self-explanatory. Frequency targeting. We can target not only who sees the ad, but how many times they see the ad or when they see the ad. If you only want to advertise during times where you're open, that's fine. If you happen to be a restaurant that is located on a dock where people are, storing their boats or taking tours, you can market people for your lunch service with lunch ads up until 11 a.m. and then switch to dinner messaging in the evening and control not only how often they see it, but when they see it, which is day parting, the third one down on that left side. We can target by content. What type of content are they reading? Are they reading boating content? And if they are, we can place your ad there. Demographic targeting. This is age, income, gender, or some of those more census style data targets that still work amazingly well. Obviously, any campaign we run is going to be geo-targeted too. So if you want to reach people within a certain distance of your business because they are more likely to engage with you, if you want to target people out of state now that maybe it's considered off season and you want to reach them in their regular home the other half of the year they're not in Florida, you can do that. But we want to make sure that, again, you're targeting your message to where it is most likely to work. But the two I want to focus on most are behavioral targeting and IP targeting. Behavioral targeting, again, as we look at what is tracked online, pretty much anything you do is being tracked. The things you search for on Google, the types of websites you go to, are you making purchases? And if so, what category of purchase? Is it home goods or boat parts or anything like that? And these are all things that now, based on your actions, we can target people by. This is very effective and really helps as we look at those conversion goals or those meaningful actions we want people to take. This is where we see the most conversions or the results that our business owners want is from these behavioral targeting segments. And then lastly, we can target specific locations or devices based on either IP address or device ID. So if you have first-party data or you want to target specific locations, we can make sure we market to people who have been to those specific places, or if you have a list of people who have taken your tours and you want to reach out to them again, you can give us that list and we can market to their household directly. So these are very cool, these are high tech and great ways to ensure, as we talk about why this is important, that you are reaching the best people to give you the best success on your marketing campaigns. So as we talk about targeted digital marketing that drives results, this is exactly what we are talking about. So a few different things just to cover real quick. We want to make sure that you understand it is important to partner with somebody that is going to provide these different things for your business. So first and foremost, technology is important. We use the trade desk, and the trade desk has more access to your potential audience than any other place in the world. And not only does it have more access, but it is highly regulated, where a lot of these other partners you may be working with may or may not be as regulated. Why it is important to be regulated is we can ensure that your traffic or your impressions are actually being seen by real people on quality websites, and that those websites are safe for your ad and those users to be on. We will also make sure, again, that we are showing your messaging to relevant content that people are seeing or relevant websites, and that we are constantly updating the sites that are not deemed appropriate or fit the needs of our business or yours to ensure quality. You should also have a partner that not only gives you access in real time to a dashboard, but that is going to speak with those results each and every month with you. And the reason that is important is because digital needs to be optimized. Our team will constantly optimize for you, but ultimately you and us need to communicate so that we know the actual impact it's having on your business. And that will allow us to now make changes to the campaign to ensure the highest return on investment for your marketing dollars. This is crucial and something that Cindy herself would be doing, or one of her sales associates. So having a partner that you can trust and is going to discuss this to ensure it is working for your business is vital. And not all partners do this. So I also want to talk a little bit about device ID. I talked about targeting very specific locations, but there's so much more to that. And this is one of my favorite products that we offer our business partners because of the different, not only targeting you can achieve that is unique, but also the results that you can see from this. So how does device ID work? Let's say that you know your customers go to these 20 locations, and that could be everything from small regional airports to different boating areas or docks, different beaches. It could be restaurants, it could be the country club. But by providing us the address of the businesses you want to target, we will hand draw a geoframe around those businesses and make sure that we now collect all of the device IDs, which is a unique identifier to specific mobile phones in that location. So in this case, if you walked into I Save More Furniture and Mattress, we would collect your device, and now we can market to you regardless of where you go. When you go home, not only can we reach you on your cell phone, but we can also reach you on your computer or any of the other devices you're using in your home. And this is what we call household extension. So now you can reach the decision makers, not just on one device, but the whole family as it pertains to your message and being able to target a potential customer. So as we look at this technology, it is so amazing because unlike a lot of the other tracking we require, so as I talk about those online behaviors that are tracked for everything you do online, that is done using cookies. And a cookie is just a little piece of code that you never see that is placed on your computer to know what it is you like, where you've been. Well, some people clear cookies, some people go to websites that don't even allow cookies. Device ID is different. The only way to change your device ID or to clear that data would be to get a new phone. So it is very accurate. And when I say we know that we found these devices in these spots, we can also tell you then what of those devices we found in the areas you want to target actually stepped foot into your business, onto your dock, so that you now have an actual return on investment based on real foot traffic that has come to your store. And when I say store, I'm not talking about your neighbor or a square block. I am talking about a true frame drawn around your business. So it is, again, accurate to your campaign and your business alone, nothing else. So I wanted to give you guys an example of this. We worked with a concert venue that was in jeopardy of losing their licensing or the ability to drive high quality shows to their venue based on sales. We started working with this campaign, and we were able to drive in a 1 month span 382 new visitors into their show venue that averaged an average sale of over $50. So with these types of results, not only were they able to now continue to get these high quality shows, but they were able to kind of make a name for themselves, and they are now a premier music venue that we work with. They did this by targeting other dining and entertainment venues in the city they are located in. So they found concert goers at other concert venues. They found people who would use their bar area at other bars. And by marketing to them, they were able to drive the sales they needed to continually now be on top of the show list in their city. They have better shows than ever. And these are just the types of results where they know it. They hadn't done anything else to drive these types of results. And we were able to show them that 382 people came in and they gave us the $50 plus average spend number. So how important would knowing that type of information be to your business? And as people migrate back home, maybe for the winter months, you can continue to market to those specific devices when they go home. So as you think about marketing to people before the busy season, before people come down in the winter to spend the winters in Florida, you can now start marketing to them before they get there to start booking out tours or boat rentals or any of the other things that they are going to need once they get into town. So some key takeaways as it pertains to the small screen or device ID. Again, this is cookieless. It is a true one-to-one match based on the locations we got them and whether they are visiting your location or not. You cannot change your device ID unless you get a new phone. So this is one of the most accurate mediums you have access to today outside of search and somebody typing in exactly what they are looking for. And then data. With device ID, before your campaign even starts, we're going to give you what we call our audience insight report, which will tell you not just how many devices we found, but of those devices, are they male, female? Are they married? What kind of household income do they have? And then even days and times that these devices were in your location. This is all data that we can use to improve your campaign. We can then run the campaign, report on the foot traffic, and still drive valuable traffic to your website for people to get the information they need. So this is one of my favorite products that works so well for our business partners. And lastly today, we want to talk about everything video. Video is growing in importance and use across the world, but mainly in the United States. Specific to COVID and the pandemic, there is a huge surge in the amount of video use, the amount of subscriptions to streaming services or OTT services. And if you have video, being able to reach these people outside of cable or broadcast is huge. So let's look at how people are getting their video. On the top left, that's social media. Social media is huge, and as people are scrolling through their video feed, you're able to target those people based on their online actions and their behavioral targets, their demographic or regional targets, to put your video in front of them. Pre-roll. If you are on a publisher website watching video, you have the ability to have your video play before the one they wanted to watch. This is great because you have a captive audience. They are paying attention and they want to watch this other video, but it is also accurate because of the targeting you have access to. We're going to talk a little bit about connected TV and OTT, as well as YouTube, because YouTube, a little known fact, is the largest video platform in the world. So let's talk a little bit more about YouTube. What I love about YouTube is the fact that it has the best targeting of any video platform available. You can reach people by their behavior or demographic, geographic information. You can reach them according to the channels that they watch or people that they subscribe to on YouTube. You can even target people based on what they are typing in to watch videos on. But some of these stats actually shocked me. 5% of total time online is spent watching videos on YouTube. That is crazy. That means if you found 20 people online, at least one of them would be watching YouTube at that time. And 52% of the viewers who have taken action or made some sort of a purchase have watched videos online. So over half of consumers are making their purchasing decisions based on videos that they found on YouTube. And maybe the most shocking is the average time spent is 40 minutes for a mobile YouTube session. And there's a lot of reasons for this. I had a home chore that I had to do, and I swear I had to watch the same 1 to 2 minute clip 10 times. And that doesn't include watching the whole video through once, then those little clips, and then a couple other parts too. So it makes sense when you look at how long somebody may be watching one video or multiple videos if they just kind of get sucked into YouTube, which happens a lot. One other thing people don't know is that it is considered the second largest search engine in the world. Most people don't consider it a search engine, but like I said, you can target your videos based on what people are typing in or searching for. So YouTube is a great, great option, especially when you consider that you can shoot a video on your mobile phone and use it on YouTube. Lastly, we wanted to make sure we covered OTT, or what most people refer to as connected TV. We call it OTT because that stands for over the top. There's something that is needed in addition just to the screen you are watching it on. And that is usually an app on a smart TV or a connected device or something you're physically plugging into your television, like a Roku, an Apple TV, an Amazon Fire Stick, something like that. But 64% of people in the US own some sort of a connected TV device. As we looked at usage, almost half of CTV users subscribe to multiple sources. And that number, when I say multiple, is at least 3. I am the person who not only still pays $200 for my cable bill, but have 5 paid subscriptions to different streaming services for television. And the reason this is important is because each different provider we use has different content. Some they own and you can only find in one place versus another. So knowing that and having access to all of these different mediums is important and something that you can get through your Florida Weekly partnership. So as we talk about what people are watching content that is owned or produced by specific outlets or channels. So that includes some of the main news channels, entertainment, sports, any of these where they're creating their own content. So as a subscriber or somebody streaming video, you can actually stream directly through some of these channels on their own. Disney Plus, for example, is a great one for this because anything Disney you can get in one app and you can subscribe to that one individual app. I don't know if you guys have seen the promotions for the Peacock app, which is NBC's streaming version. There are 2 options, one where you pay $5 and you see commercials, or one you pay $15 per month and you do not. This is important because we find that most people, especially millennials, are okay seeing video advertising. But if you don't want to subscribe to specific channels, you can actually work with content distributors. This is Slings, Direct Now, Pluto TV, Vudu, but these are people who partner with the owners or producers of content so that you can watch content from multiple content owners and producers in one location. Most people do it this way, and Sling, Apple TV, Roku, these are all examples of how you may be getting your video online. So if you are one of these traditional media advertisers or you are using television, for example, I think it's important to understand that OTT is a great extension to your TV audience. And the reason I say that is 41% of people surveyed actually were unique to the commercials they saw, and they had not been reached by an ad on linear TV. And when I say linear TV, these are people who would not see it on cable or your broadcast channels. So by advertising only on TV, you're still missing 4 out of 10 video users. So making sure that you extend your reach to the people who aren't paying the cable bill or aren't watching live television on broadcast because they are watching it on demand through a streaming service is the only way to actually get the full television viewing audience. So a few key takeaways as we talk about video. First and foremost, TV audiences are shifting. Gone are the days where the whole family had to sit down exactly at 7 p.m. to watch their favorite show. With the advent of on-demand, streaming services, digital video on YouTube or other video platforms, people are consuming video when they want it and how they want it. So being able to reach people in multiple ways is more important than ever. And then that cross-device reach and attribution. Again, people aren't just watching TV on a TV anymore. They watch it on their laptops, their iPads, their tablets, or their mobile phones. And being able to not only reach people in those ways, but then have attribution from it is extremely important as we talk about reaching the goals you have with your marketing dollars, to make sure that the dollars you are spending are being put in the right place to earn the right for the hard dollars your potential customers are going to spend with you. Because what we know is people are online, they are doing research and making decisions as to who they want to work with and why, and being in the right place at the right time for the right user is the best way, especially as you complement your print or TV buys with digital. So, a couple questions to ask yourself. Does your current marketing mix engage your potential customers or consumers at every step of the funnel. Again, if you are only reaching people on Facebook, are you missing out on a huge piece of potential business? And are you confident that your current team is an expert in this space and are working towards the management of your media mix and reaching the goals that you want? If you are not, we would love to at least have a conversation with you to help in any way that we can as it pertains to your marketing and driving business. So thank you so much. I hope the information was valuable. There is a Q&A section, so as we covered a lot, please type any questions you have into that Q&A section because we still have about 10 minutes and we would love to be able to continue this conversation with you and to make sure that you don't have any questions on the type of things that we discussed today.
Thank you, Stephen. That was great. I know everyone had to have gotten a lot of things to take away from this. But like Stephen said, we are here for questions and answer. If anybody has anything, let us know. Okay, I don't see any coming up here. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. And if you have any other further questions or would like to see how this can work for you and specifically to your type of business, we are here to help. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your Thursday.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thanks, Stephen.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.